Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line and drive a over-the-road truck, or come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line and drive a dump truck.
Not my dump truck.
Ooh, not his dump truck, but Wiley Sanders Truck Line. You get $30 every time you dump a load. Got Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. There's no other trucking company to work for than Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. $1,000 sign-on bonus. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Troy, Alabama. Have you ever dreamed of working for a trucking company that had Blue Cross, Blue Shield, had 401k with a 4% match? If so, then you ought to call Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the trucking company that makes dreams come true. I had a dream last night, girl.
What dream?
I dreamed I was driving a truck.
Like that?
Yes, like that.
That's not a dream. That's driving a truck from Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
That's right. That's driving a truck. The company that makes dreams come true. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today.
You think you know Travel Centers of America's Ultra One program, but do you know today's Ultra One? Ultra One now gives you more. More points, more rewards, more options. Gear up to get more by signing up for Ultra One today. Ultra One is the loyalty program that saves you time and money just for fueling at TA, Petro, and TA Express locations. Take advantage of flexible reward points and reward credits that you can redeem on showers, meals, parking, and more. And it's free to be an Ultra One member. Ultra One's Gears program rewards you with points when you fuel. The more you fuel, the more points you earn. Ultra One members start off in first gear and receive 1 point per fuel gallon. Move through each gear to receive up to 4 times points per gallon. The more you fuel this month, the higher your gear level next month. Not only do you get points when you fuel, for fill-ups of 60 gallons of fuel or more, you earn a reward credit. In first, second, and third gears, reward credits can be redeemed for a shower. In fourth and max gears, you choose how to spend your Ultra credits. A shower, a meal, or reserved parking spot at any TA, Petro, or TA Express. The more you fuel, the more you get. You can redeem points in our well-stocked convenience stores, delicious full-serve or quick-serve restaurants, at our state-of-the-art TA truck service locations, for reserved parking, and so much more.
So excited this morning. I forgot to do the word of the day and get right into the weekend. I hope everybody had a great weekend. The word of the day comes from Job 37:23. Study Bible says, understanding the Almighty is beyond our reach. He is great in power, and he never violates his justice and abandoned righteousness. King James Version comes back and says, touching the Almighty, we cannot find him out. He is excellent in power and in judgment, and he is plenty of justice. He will not afflict. You know, I can't sit here and act like this weekend was a normal weekend. For a lot of families, it was not. Was out of town this weekend myself, went to Nashville. And coming back, we listened to the news. I'm a news guru. And I was listening to the news and heard about the 14 people shot and 2 that lost their lives. And then I could come on back home and listen to the news last night and found out we lost a life in Troy, too. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you're eating or what you're drinking, but stop. We got to stop this violence. And I'm going to tell you a good way to stop it. When you see these jokers riding around with these guns and stuff, call the police on them. Music loud, smelling marijuana all out their car. I'm going to tell you something. They offered $50,000 to the ones who did that shooting. You better not let me see you. If I see you, I'm going to tell it. If you my cousin, I'm going to invite you to a family reunion. Then I'm going to have you locked up. Put $7 a month on your books. $7 a month on your books. And if I forget it, it just be forgot. You won't get it to the next month. I'm serious, man. We got to stop this. We got the best time in life you can have. You got all these educational programs. Yeah, I got Trenton Technical College here today. They taking students in. Do you know? And I got to say this because instead of being in trouble, you could be going to get your CDL, and the first year you can make $50,000 to $60,000. Your first year. That's starting off as a trainee. I got some students in. I hope their eyes got big when I said it. I'm going to prove it to them. We can do it. And I'm going to tell you, it takes us older guys to step up and say, there's a better way. I tried the rough way. It didn't work. I've had my best success in life when I started serving the Lord and working. Just stay with working. Don't nothing be the job. I had a great friend of mine, his name was Doug Wiley. He's passed on now, but he always used to say, we'd be hanging out sometime, we'd be talking about going here or there. I said, man, I got to go to the house. I got to go to work in the morning. He always would say, don't nothing beat a job. And it doesn't. Nothing beats a job. I mean, when you have a job, the Isle of Mind is a devil's workshop. But I'm going to get off that. I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to have some guys. I'm going to go and get them prepared. I want to know why they want to drive a truck. Can they drive a truck, and will they drive a truck? So I already told them the questions. And then I'm going to explain to them why they need to come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Wait a minute. I forgot. I got it in my pocket. Y'all know I do stuff by order. If you give me a suggestion on something like this, drivers, I'm not going to read it. Not going to read it. I'm not going to read it. But if you put it on one of the forms that we have in the driver's lounge, I'm going to read it. Providing you put your name, your dispatch, and your truck number. You shouldn't write nothing on this paper you're not willing to say. All right. So the first one comes from Miss Karen Rich. Her dispatcher is Max Bunn. Very nice guy. Her truck number is 5007. And hey, I read them. I take it as it is. And all these I have addressed. I read them first, I address them, and then I read them. That way I can tell you my answer I got. She says, please fix our washers. And perhaps due to the amounts of drivers waiting time come in more slack if we had more washers. You're right. But the washroom is small. We bought some of the stack up type. They was a disaster, Miss Karen. They was a disaster. So we asked, we got some new ones coming, but they're not going to be the stack up. But what I want to ask every driver to do, please, ma'am, please, sir, don't put your clothes in the washer, get in the van and go to Publix. Don't do that. If you're washing, stay there with your clothes. Be courtesy to your fellow driver. Okay. And this guy, he wants to be an artist too, so I'm gonna show y'all a little picture so I can tell everybody I showed this picture. He said he can't see. I dressed this one. I got good news too. This is Dylan White. He drives for Thomas, and his truck number is 822. When you're in the driver's lounge and you go into the bathroom, there's two big windows there. And for some reason, guys like to sit there in that hallway and play their games, and the sun shines down. Talk to Ronnie Bozeman, the special project guy. We're going to get you some curtains. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all it takes. Is to just write it. I can't say I can always get it fixed, but I can say I'm always going to dress it. This is somebody, really need platform skills. I guess they're talking about the full duty skills. I did not address this one. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I did. Joe Davis is his dispatcher, and this is Mac Broadnax. He drives 7141. Mr. Broadnax, if you get a chance, would you call me and let me just make sure what you're after here so I can address it. Okay. Let's see. and I wanted to read this one first, but this is a touchy subject, but I guess this was somebody that was training. Rochelle Brown drives for Max Bundy. She doesn't have a truck number. So obviously she's training with a trainer that has an animal. She says trainers shouldn't have animals on truck while training. And let me just say this. Number one, it's hard to get trainers. It's hard to get people to train. Number two, we consider that truck as the trainer's truck. We consider a trainee as visiting. You have 6 weeks. I can about put up with anything for 6 weeks. Number two, we ask you before you put you on that truck, can you ride with a trainer that has an animal? If you say no, I don't hook you up with them. So obviously you had to say yes. Hey, I addressed everything as usual. Some are happy, some are not, but we addressed it. And Miss Bowman, you can call me and we can discuss this further if you would like. Anything that I read on here, if you hear your name or your truck number called, you always feel free to call me. My number is plastered everywhere, but I'll give it to you again. 334-372-5049. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with Trent. Yeah, they
Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line and drive a over-the-road truck, or come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line and drive a dump truck.
Not my dump truck.
Ooh, not his dump truck, but Wiley Sanders Truck Line. You get $30 every time you dump a load. Got Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. There's no other trucking company to work for than Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. $1,000 sign-on bonus. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Troy, Alabama. Have you ever dreamed of working for a trucking company that had Blue Cross, Blue Shield, had 401k with a 4% match? If so, then you ought to call Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the trucking company that makes dreams come true. Last night, girl.
What a dream.
I dreamed I was driving a truck.
Like that?
Yes, like that.
That's not a dream. That's driving a truck from Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
That's right. That's driving a truck. The company that makes dreams come true. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today.
You think you know Travel Centers of America's Ultra One program, but do you know today's Ultra One? Ultra One now gives you more. More points, more rewards, more options. Gear up to get more by signing up for Ultra One today. Ultra One is the loyalty program that saves you time and money just for fueling at TA, Petro, and TA Express locations. Take advantage of flexible reward points and reward credits that you can redeem on showers, meals, parking, and more. And it's free to be an Ultra One member. Ultra One's Gears program rewards you with points when you fuel. The more you fuel, the more points you earn. Ultra One members start off in first gear and receive 1 point per fuel gallon. Move through each gear to receive up to 4 times points per gallon. The more you fuel this month, the higher your gear level next month. Not only do you get points when you fuel, for fill-ups of 60 gallons of fuel or more, you earn a reward credit. In first, second, and third gears, reward credits can be redeemed for a shower. In fourth and max gears, you choose how to spend your Ultra credits. A shower, a meal, or reserved parking spot at any TA, Petro, or TA Express. The more you fuel, the more you get. You can redeem points in our well-stocked convenience stores, delicious full-serve or quick-serve restaurants, at our state-of-the-art TA truck service locations, for reserved parking, and so much more. And don't forget, the more you fuel this month, the more you'll earn next month. Sign up, gear up, and get more with today's Ultra One program.
Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line and drive a over-the-road truck, or come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line and drive a dump truck.
Not my dump truck.
Ooh, not his dump truck, but Wiley Sanders Truck Line. You get $30 every time you dump a load. Got Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. There's no other trucking company to work for than Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. $1,000 sign-on bonus. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Troy, Alabama.
And we're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. As I told you, today was a special day. We got Trenton Technical College here with us. They teach CDL. They also teach, I think they have a mechanics course, have all kind of courses. I really suggest to you, you're sitting at home on the couch, get them a call. Get them a call. They have a lot of programs. It may not cost you nothing out your pocket. Well, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
I'm going to start with you. Your name, sir?
My name is Mr. Deania Smith.
Smith. Your name, sir?
My name is Terry King.
Terry King. Okay. My first question, what made you get into trucking?
Well, I had a rough life, but found out I love to travel.
Okay.
I did box truck driving for about a year,
Okay.
and the pay was good, but I wanted more adventure.
More adventure.
Yes, sir. And I decided, well, let me try driving 18-wheelers. So here I go, and I'm ready for the challenge.
You ready for the challenge?
Yes, sir.
All right. What made you, sir? And your name first.
Terry King,
Okay. Mr. Terry.
and I'm actually retired. I got experience not driving, but kind of having some interaction with trucks, and I just would like to experience the driving side. Give it
Okay.
experience on that side.
Where you retired from?
I'm retired law enforcement,
Okay.
state of Alabama.
State trooper?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You enjoy, you and Mr. Kelly probably have something to talk about. We got, you know Stephen Kelly? You do know Stephen Kelly? Okay, well, Stephen Kelly is there with us. He's retired. And he came aboard with us showing DOT inspections and stuff. Oh, man, I got to win you over there. Got to win. You wear my kind of shirts, too. You wear them polos. I got to win you over there. No, I'm really seriously. I know I done got old because I never thought I'd be in love with the law. But I'm in love with the law and the rules and the things that you have to do.
Yes.
Trucking is a very serious injury. And you want me to tell you why? Because it's always under the attack. You want me to tell you how? Turn your TV on. Call me, Alabama. If you've been hit by the metallic beast, then you need to call one. Every time you turn around, I'll call 33333. All these advertisers are targeted at the truck driver, which makes the trucking industry have to be so strict. And I hope this don't, I know it won't offend with the law officer or whatever, but we won't even take nobody that had a DUI 10 years ago. That's how strict it is. Cell phone tickets. Man, that's just as bad as a speeding ticket. I went to Nashville this weekend with my son and grandson and my wife, and I just looking at it. And you know, you try not to say nothing because you're having a good weekend. So I didn't say nothing. But when he laid that phone down, I took it and put it in the door on my side. You already don't drive the suit, man, and you're trying to play on the phone. You already don't. But I don't want to drive. That's what he brought that to my attention. But Daddy, you don't want to drive. I don't want to die neither. But really, we have to be careful out there on these highways. We have to be careful. And you'll find with us, we're big on safety. Matter of fact, I ain't going to try to call the name of it because I don't know. But we just bought a new camera system that we're putting in our trucks. And this thing is phenomenal. It does the side and everything. It's phenomenal. I would hate to see a trucking company out there in today's world without a camera system. Now, let me say this about the camera. I'm talking about me. I'm still qualified to drive. I run trips sometime on the weekend. I think I don't think. The camera makes me a better driver. What they say, if the boss is around, everybody gonna do just a little better.
Yeah.
You know? Well, the camera is like the boss. I go to Pine Hill a lot of back roads. You know, you stop on them back roads, that stop sign, you know, you slow down, you don't see nothing. You get it down to about 2-3 miles an hour and you roll off. You actually run that stop sign. That camper will catch that. I know for a fact. Don't ask me how I know, but I know for a fact it will catch that. And it will send an alert. What I like about it, though, it tries to be friends with you. It'll give you a couple of warnings before it ever goes to the company. I think that's just really unique. You know, a boss man tell you, say, hey, man, you need to be here at 8. You know, you've been 8:05 3 days this week. And the fourth day you come in at 8:05, you know, and he writes you up. Well, that's sort of what that camera does. If you continue to do the same habit, then it'll send it, you know, to our safety guy that looks at it. So I like that about it. So be aware that we're going to have cameras. Now, the next scary question that everybody asks is, and we can prove this because you can look at it, does it have the capability of looking at the driver? Yes. Do we have it set up like that? No. There's a cover over it, and you can see the cover over it, you know. Will they ever uncover it? I don't know. I can't answer that. But I do have a friend, his name is Adrian McBride, and he's got one like that. And I asked him, I said, well, man, what about when you're in the sleeper? He said it's got a directional, and it's directional in the seat. I don't know, but I know ladies ain't gonna like that, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, what I want to tell you about Wiley Sanders truck line, and I'm gonna show it to you guys. First of all, I want to make the other students jealous. Each one of y'all get a cup. Y'all tell them they should have came on the show, they would have got a cup. Each one of y'all get a cup. I'm not gonna get in one. Y'all came on the show. What I want to tell you is, you made a good choice for both of your reasons. You want to try another experience. You want to see the world. I'm going to tell you something. I say this. He hear me say this every time somebody comes down. I've seen some places in this world, unless it's something really spectacular happens to me, unless I see one of the people cutting the fool and I get these $50,000 or $100,000 for turning them in, I ain't going to be able to go to these places. I mean, I've been to the Grand Canyon 1,000. I can just go on and on. Trucking, you get to see the world. You get to see the world. The backside of that, you get paid for it. You get paid for it.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I love that. I love that. And you said you wanted the experience, man. You get to see some places and go some places. It's just unreal. We go to California. We even go to Canada. We got some stuff that goes to Canada. But don't limitate yourself. While you're in school, go on and get your hazmat. Get everything. There used to be a time people thought if you drove for Wiley Sanders truck lines, you had to have a hazmat. That is not true. All a hazmat does for you is get you extra money. Because every time you pull a hazmat load, you get $30 extra. I'm always after that extra. Same way if you get a DOT inspection. You pass the inspection, you got $100 if it's level 1. Level 2, you got $75. Level 3, you got $50. That's just that extra money. Safety bonus. You be safe, you get a bonus. It's just being rewarded for doing your job. Longevity bonuses. The biggest thing I like, and I always say every time I bring it up, I don't advertise this enough, and that's our 401k system. Both of you guys have had a job, so you know what I'm about to say. There's a thing called gross pay, and there's a thing called net pay. Gross is what it starts out. Net is what you get. When we do our 401k off the gross, which does what? Gives you more. And I love that. I love that. And I've checked with other companies. We're the only one I found in the trucking industry that does that. We have just started doing that. I've been saying 5 years, but I think we've been doing it about the last 7 or so. I'm not going to say, but We haven't been doing it the whole time that I was there. So I'm just excited about it. All I can think of, if they'd have been doing it when I started, because I've been there all my life, they'd have been doing it when I started, matching it. I don't know whether or not y'all be talking to me or not today. I don't know. I love what I do. I say that, but I love what I do. What kind of hobbies you got?
I love to play video games like football, baseball.
Really?
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
I love to go walking. I try to keep my health up. You know, I'm not young like I used to be. So.
That's good.
And basically that's about it, because like I said, I'm not young no more. You know, I'm 55. So, you know, basically I just try to just keep my health maintained where my doctor can be satisfied.
I got you beat on the 55.
Trying to get there to it yet.
64.
I'm trying to get there.
February, I'll be 65. What's your hobby?
Yes, sir. I've got quite a few, so tell me when to stop. But
All right.
I like fishing, hunting. I like music. I play the piano.
At the church?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I like working with youth, kind of giving back to the youth. I like sports on the weekend, football and basketball.
Okay. Now I'm gonna lean on you. I do a lot of stuff with kids. I help with a lot of events. I tell people all the time, because people, I mean, I can't tell you about the cheerleader groups that's come in here and had bake sales and whatnot. And I always, open format, we don't charge them nothing. This show is paid for by Wiley Sanders Truck Line. But anybody that wants to come on in and do something, we let them do it. So I have a lot of cheerleaders coming here when they going on trips. I have football teams, like if they be going to state, they'll come in here and sell things and stuff. But the two events I do a year, I do a book bag drive, and I buy some bicycles in December. And I give mine to DHR, but I do a lot of that. I love it when I hear a person that is older that's saying he like to give back to the kids. That's our future. That's our future. Kelly and me have just jailed. He sits behind me, and I just, and to tell you a little bit about Kelly, what he's doing, he's got an exchange student from, oh boy, I won't mess this up, Tokyo, I think. She's a long way from home. Her name is Yui. And so when they was talking to him and all, they asked what did she want to do when she came here. And believe it or not, we take so many things for granted. She wanted to eat a hamburger and wanted to go to a baseball game. He took care of the hamburger, and I took him to the Biscuits game. We all families all got together and went to the Biscuits game. And it was fun. Took the girls that's in the commercial. I think I'm going to do that once a year. They had so much fun doing that. The Biscuits got a nice park up there. That's a nice place. I hated that tragic happened downtown this weekend, because downtown is just growing.
It is.
That's me and my wife go there. You can park at the Renaissance. They have a band up under there. And I'm like you. I like the little music. I work on the radio part-time. The Big KD. I work there every first Saturday. Been doing that for about the last 15, 20 years. And so I like it when people have a life. You have to have a life outside of your job. Tell you why I say that. I got you beat. I got both of y'all beat in age. How old are you?
48.
Got both of y'all well beat. You were smarter than us. You took a job you could retire quick. But when you have a job that you love doing, but you have outside hobbies, it makes you love your job more. Because I don't care who you are, whatever hobby you got, it costs money. So when you can go do your hobby and come back. I love motorcycle. I'm getting ready to go to Panama City for a week. You know, just listening. I don't ride. I like you.
Yes.
I don't ride as hard as I used to ride when I go down there. I have rolled mine off the trailer, and it may be 2 days before I go somewhere on it. Just sit around the campsite. I like to just sit around and enjoy it. So I found out that a job allows you to do those things. And I'm high on working. I'm high on working. How many students came with y'all today?
There's a total of 10 of us.
Okay. We're gonna eat at this fine restaurant called Julia's. I'm gonna give y'all a little tip. See this battery? I want to show y'all how Wiley Sanders takes one of these to make money. You believe that?
I'm very interested in learning.
A jump. Look how he looked at me. He almost said, "No, I don't believe it."
I want to say I kind of believe. I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not for sure, so I'm not gonna put myself out there.
How did you take a jump battery and make money out of it?
Turn it into, I guess, like interstate battery. You know, they buy batteries. I guess. Well, I mean, I'm being honest.
Okay. I'm laughing because I love the answers that I get. When I tell it to you, you're gonna be. It's a very interesting story. Well, my boss told me one time that I don't have much to eat. That's unlike me. I got to get one of them back up here. And you can see I keep it a little junky. Right? Cameras can't see that. But it's so amazing to me how one item can be translated into all these different items. And then what really gets me that it's did right here in this town. And the other part of, we're part of it. We're part of it. And when you see this, and I know you're looking at me like, wow, what is this? It is something to say wow about. When you see our facilities. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you how you guys got here. I was at Trenton College one night because I don't want to miss nothing. I would go up there. They had a night class. They called me. They want me to come at night. I go up there. So I was at a class one night. I'm at this Trenton class, you know, and I'm talking. And you can tell when you're talking and ain't nobody paying attention. Or somebody's calling BS on what you're saying. And I saw this guy, he's sitting in the back. He leaned over and told this other guy something. And I've always, I used to say I'm lucky, but I give all my things that happen to me, and I give the Lord credit for it. I said, I tell you what. I said, y'all come to Troy tomorrow. I'm going to buy y'all dinner. I'm going to show this to you. And just like I thought it would, that guy that was sitting there like that, he said, I'm coming. I said, come on. Then they come up with, they didn't have a ride. I don't know where you was working there now. I said, I'm going to send our band at you. I said, I'm going to send the band at you. So now I got to ride back to Troy going, oh, what am I going to tell my boss about this band? But I told him. And he said, hey, let's do it. So we set the band up, and the band picked up the guys, and they brought them down, and I took them a tour on the place. And I was a lot younger then, so I'm after some. And I looked at the guy, and I said, you didn't believe it, did you? He said, no, I did. He challenged me. This guy, and last I checked, he was still, I ain't seen him in a while. We got 450 drivers. I ain't seen him in a while. I got to check on that. But he looked at me. He said, if you put me in that book division, I'll come. And let me pull a tanker. Well, we don't let nobody come in there and pull a tanker. And I told him, I said, I'm going to put you in the book division. I'm going to put you with my best trainer. And if he says you can, we're going to move you into that quicker. He came, Todd Dillinger in the tanker division, trained him, and he, like I say, last time I checked, he used to come to my office all the time and see me, but a lot of time I'd be in and out. But he challenged me to what I was saying. So what I'm saying is, I could sit here and tell you a whole lot about it, but I found out that people have had thousands of recruiters, I ain't gonna say 1,000, but a bunch of recruiters come in there. He'll tell you, I love to be last. I love to be last. I love to be when you're about to test out. Because I think if it's trucking is what you're looking for, I like my chances. I went to Selma, to Bowie School. At first I did a class on Zoom. I don't like Zoom. I like Zoom. I know it's the high tech now, and I'm old country boy. I like to be looking at a man when I'm talking to him. I like to shake his hand. I like to go and break bread with him. Me and him sit down and eat. You can't have a relationship until you have a fellowship. You got to have a fellowship. And I found out that the more you fellowship with your drivers, the more they be. I just ain't no telling how many texts I got now. By the time and I just left my office, I cleared it out before I came. But that's what it is. This is not my phone. This is how I look at this. This is my work too. I'm fortunate the company pays for it, but I answer. I tell any of my driver, if you take, and I don't have one of them numbers, on my card, this number is on it. You know, and I put out a thing this morning. We looking for somebody in Montgomery part-time before my phone been jumping. I feel like if I can't hire a driver for Wiley Sanders Truck Line, I'm in the wrong business. Because I have a good plan to offer. You know, it's like I don't know if y'all probably gonna like the opposite car. It's like a Chevrolet dealer going against a Dodge dealer. You know, both of them think they got the best product. Both of them got these Eagles, they got the best product. But it's like me and another trucking company. I think I got the best product. I think long term. And you won't hear a lot of companies that'll say this. I may not pay as much as they pay a mile. But if you look at all that's in the can of the soup, you know, good pot of soup is made with what? A lot of different ingredients.
Yes, it does.
I've used it. I know. If you see me walk, you can tell I kind of wobble. I've had several surgeries. I use my Blue Cross Blue Shield, which got a secondary plan. And here a couple of months ago, I went through a real big deal. And I can say it on the air now because I'm finna do a show. I had the big C. And I was very satisfied with my company's insurance. And the steps to walk me through it and all that. Matter of fact, I had took out a little additional policy. We offer a little additional policy. And I had took out one of them. And the girl called me up and said, "Hey, Hoss, you know you got this." I was like, "Really?" Fill it out, girl. Fill it out. I mean, and so what am I saying here? This is what I'm saying. When you look for a company, first of all, fly by night. A fly by night company, this is what you get. You get your license messed up. And you know, and these companies got these big old fast trucks, 70 and 80, 90 and 100 mile an hour. All you do is wind up with a bunch of tickets and a bunch of stuff on your CDL. Get you a stable company that's got company trucks. And I led myself into this. We've been in business since 1959. If it's in trucking, we either got it or we're on the way to get it. That's true. And that's what I pride on. I'll stand up and tell anybody. I'll put my program down against anybody. I like it just that much. Longevity. What's going to be good for me in the long run? Is this company going to be open 10 years down the road? Is this company, what is this company going to say when I say I can't go out this weekend? My daughter is graduating next week and my wife wants me to be there. We're going to pick out some dresses or we're going out of town. My mother's not doing good. I'm going to kind of hang around and see what's going on. That's what we pride ourselves. Stuff like that. Very laid back. Communication. Dispatch asks me to tell everybody to communicate. And I know I'm drilling y'all because I got to say this again. But it's good for the show to let people know what to expect when they come in. If you communicate, anything can be worked out. If you use little officer, every problem can be worked out. But you got to communicate. If you got a headache and you don't feel good, if you don't tell me, I don't know that. I'm asking you why you ain't unloaded. Well, you've been sitting in the truck all night. You're just starving headache. You did the safe thing not to drive. But if you don't tell me that, I don't know that. And what I love about this satellite communication is no reason not to communicate. You know, I used to say, I called you, but you didn't answer. Type that stuff in, they get it. And I tried it. I like to say tries it, but I do it on the weekends. I always send my load and call it. And it's just a few minutes, it's back to me. You know, they're pretty prompt on it. And I like that. You know, I had a guy back last year, came in orientation, real nice guy. Me and him chopped it up real good. He left. Didn't see him no more. You know, most time I get a thing if somebody's applying for a job, that's my part looking to. But anyway, cut the story short, I guess it was about 6 or 7 months. He come back, and I had forgot about it. He said, man, he said, you know, I didn't get the tour. He said, he was an experienced driver. We had a driver that had got sick, and we were short-handed. So we carried him to a truck. So he gets in the safety van, he goes to his truck, he gets in the truck, and he just goes to work. Well, a month later, he comes back to Troy. He don't know nobody. He don't know nothing. He ain't talked to the only person he knows is the people down there in safety. And that's where first place he came, and it was so funny. I said, well, man, you ain't talking to nobody. He said, no, man, you know, I kind of like it. He said, sit down and read all the micros, and he said, I sent my stuff in, they sent me a load. He said, they wouldn't bother me, and I wouldn't bother them. They were sending me a load. He said, they wouldn't bother me, and I wouldn't bother them. I thought that was so cool. This dude had been out for a month. And he said, the only reason I came to Troy, I had to do something with his paperwork. Somebody he had to come to Troy. He said, if it wasn't for that, man, I wouldn't have came. He said, they're going to let me keep that truck. It's a pretty new truck. They're going to let me, you know, he got rewarded. People ask me all the time, well, how do I get a new truck? How do I get a better truck? You know, I think the oldest thing we're running right now is 19s, and we weeding them out. But bump that dog. I'm just going to give this guy name because I know McElwain. Been driving for us about 30 years. Leon Miles, about 30 years. Both of them turned down new trucks last week. They satisfied with what they in. Like you were saying, they ain't as young as they used to be. They don't want to take all their stuff out. So what does that do? They give a young man or a man like you an opportunity to get one of them trucks.
Yes, sir.
Bump that dog. Be on time with that freight. You be riding a new ride before you know it. You be doing it before you know it. Hey, you remember Raven? That's what I like about live TV. So I can just talk. We ain't got no sponsors. Raven got a new truck last week.
Yeah, she told us.
Did she?
Mine saw us Thursday or Friday this past week. Thursday this past
Yeah,
week.
Thursday.
Yeah. Raven been with us what? She graduated from you when?
She said 7 months she's been with y'all.
Got a new truck. You know why? Raven does a darn good job. She communicates. I wasn't there Saturday. I went up to Nashville. I got to tell you about my trip to Nashville, but I went to Nashville, and she called me Saturday. She had forgot the truck number that she was going to get. I mean, that's the kind of personal relationship we got. She called me. I had forgot too, but I called and got her answer, you know, because she was on her way down. She won't know whether it read it or not. But that's how success can be. And I tell everybody, even they say, man, Hoss, thanks for giving me that truck. I stopped. I said, whoa, I didn't do it. You done it. Your performance done it. I didn't do nothing. You done it. Yeah, I recommended you, but in the end, if I'd have recommended you to get another truck, and I used to have this happen to me, so I got where I could look at my computer just a little bit better. But I said, man, so-and-so come to me, they want another truck or something. And they go, so-and-so ain't leaving. I'm like, oh, man. So when a person gets a truck, it's because they have done their job. They have done their job. They've done what they've been asked. And we call it dispatching yourself. When drivers try to dispatch themselves. And let me tell you what I mean by that. So a guy have a load that's 350 miles. And he might say, man, you ain't got that longer. Well, he may have a 600-mile trip. Well, if you just raise saying he give you that 600-mile trip, you go there and you get a 250-mile trip. But the 350, the first trip he offered you, it was going to a place that was picking up a 1,000-mile trip.
Yeah.
Always just and the more you let your dispatcher run you and just run like he tells you, the more money you're going to make. Because when he hear lows up, he going to say, I got a man, got it, I got a man. He'll be on time. You need your dispatcher to be able to say, oh, he'll be there. He'll be there. He'll be there. I know he will. Because a lot of times they have these lows, and I've seen guys, and I'll tell it right on national TV, I'll say, no, we can't put so-and-so on. It's not a bad driver. Let me say it right. He's not a bad driver. Just not real swift.
Yes.
You know. So that's tolerable. But that clock management, that one that's going to run them 11 hours out. They're going to run them to the T. Man, I have guys coming in there, Anthony tonight. If he's there today, I'm going to show everybody to come to lunch with y'all. He could come in that gate with 3 minutes left on his clock. Clock management is a big deal. How you manage your clock when you go off duty. Next time you're going somewhere, you go on a truck stop, just kind of pay attention to this. If you see a truck just really creeping along, you know what he's doing? He's trying not to start his clock. It won't start. What is it? 5 miles per hour. Yeah. If you don't get over 5 miles per hour, it won't start. I see some of our guys come on the yard. They be chairs rolling. That's a guy that has run it to the T. He don't need this sucker to kick in. He's trying to drop in the hook. He's trying to go home or whatever he's trying to do. But he's got a plan in his head. So learn those things, man. You guys learn those things, do those things, and I promise you, you'll be good. But I'm gonna get y'all out of here and get you over to the yard. I'm gonna come straight on over there when I leave here. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead. But you're going to like what you see today. It's going to be very interesting. We're going to have a good morning.
Yes, sir.
And at the end of the morning, we're going to fellowship. We're going to eat a little bit.
Yes, sir.
It's good. You can tell I don't miss no meals. You can tell I don't miss no meals. Stevie. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a good time today. But we're going to take a short break, and I'll be right back to close out Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Girl.
What dream?
I dreamed I was driving a truck.
Like that?
Yes, like that.
That's not a dream. That's driving a truck from Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
That's right. That's driving a truck. The company that makes dreams come true. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today.
You know Travel Centers of America's Ultra One program, but do you know today's Ultra One? Ultra One now gives you more points, more rewards, more options. Gear up to get more by signing up for Ultra One today. Ultra One is the loyalty program that saves you time and money just for fueling at TA, Petro, and TA Express locations. Take advantage of flexible reward points and reward credits that you can redeem on showers, meals, parking, and more. And it's free to be an Ultra One member. Ultra One's Gears program rewards you with points when you fuel. The more you fuel, the more points you earn. Ultra One members start off in first gear and receive 1 point per fuel gallon. Move through each gear to receive up to 4 times points per gallon. The more you fuel this month, the higher your gear level next month. Not only do you get points when you fuel, for fill-ups of 60 gallons of fuel or more, you earn a reward credit. In first, second, and third gears, reward credits can be redeemed for a shower. In fourth and max gears, you choose how to spend your Ultra credits. A shower, a meal, or reserved parking spot at any TA, Petro, or TA Express. The more you fuel, the more you get. You can redeem points in our well-stocked convenience stores, delicious full-serve or quick-serve restaurants at our state-of-the-art TA truck service locations for reserved parking and so much more. And don't forget, the more you fuel this month, the more you'll earn next month. Sign up, gear up, and get more with today's Ultra One program.
Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line and drive a over-the-road truck, or come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line and drive a dump truck.
Not my dump truck.
Ooh, not his dump truck, but Wiley Sanders Truck Line. You get $30 every time you dump a load. Got Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. There's no other trucking company to work for than Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. $1,000 sign-on bonus. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Troy, Alabama. I had a dream last night, girl.
What a dream.
I dreamed I was driving a truck.
Like that?
Yes, like that.
That's not a dream. That's driving a truck from Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
That's right. That's driving a truck. The company that makes dreams come true. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today.
At Travel Centers of America, we know that life.
And we're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Have you ever heard of the movie Spartan? Is that how you say it, Steve? Spartan? Well, I knew nothing about it. My son called me a couple of weeks ago and told me he wanted me to go to Nashville with him. He was in this race. Really, I went as a babysitter. I'm going to go and tell my job. Let me go tell the truth. Let me go just break that down. No, I did not. I did not participate. But my grandson and my son did, and my wife was, oh, God bless her, she thought enough of us to go with us, kind of help us with that 5-year-old. And y'all, I had a ball. I had a ball. The average time for the run he did was 1 hour and 30 minutes, and he did it in 1 hour and 9 minutes, so he was happy. And my grandson, he was in a 5-year-old group, and they didn't have no time limit on it. Anyway, he got his little Spartan shirt, and so I was trying to figure out where it was from. And some part in the movie where the guy said they was trying to take their land, and they was asking what they do for a living, and one was a carpenter, one was this. But in the meantime, he asked, "What are y'all doing?" So hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. I just thought that was interesting. You tell them country, I'd be the last to tell them stuff. I am so glad that my son has got that good education and keeps his daddy informed on stuff that's going on. Really big weekend. It was up in Nashville, or right outside of Nashville. We stayed in Nashville, but it was nice. And you know what? Looking at my watch, I owe all that to having a job at Wiley Sanders Truck. Why do I say that? Let me tell you why I say that. I raised my family. I was successful enough. He went to school. He's got a good job. He's got a son. He knows to spend time with him. We was able to go and eat. We had a nice room. Military, I'm going to tell y'all, thank you, Uncle Sam. The military discount was phenomenal on the rooms. I mean, whoa, wow. I wonder if they take old folks in the military. It was nice. It was nice. We had a great time. Had some great food. Food was so good one night, old Granddaddy picked up the tab. But I want to say this to you. Whatever you do, whatever job you have, give it your 100% and give your family and God 200%. Watch what happens. I'll say it again. Whatever job you have, give it your 100%. Give God and your family 200%. See what happens. See what happens. That's all I got to say. See what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world where, and And I always said that I never say nothing negative on this show. So this show is about positive stuff. And this is still positive what I'm saying. But we got to stop the negative things in our world. This world was given to us. This country was men fought for this country. But this fighting among ourselves, there's a great deal in the saying, together we stand, divided we fall. Look around you how divided we are. Are we falling? We've got to get back together. It starts in our hearts. We got to love our fellow brother or sister. Got to. I don't want to wake up to another weekend like we had this weekend. I just do not. There's too many fun things to do. Oh, let me say this, because I said I was going to say it every time it happens. Congratulations, Troy University won the football game. Won in overtime. Steve, do you know the score? I know y'all say, boy, he can go out of one thing into another, because I don't like to stay in that tragic stuff. I don't like to stay in it. Like, get away from that. Anybody know the score? What was the score on the football game? But anyway, Troy University won. They won in overtime. I believe the guy from Brantley is quarterbacking. I shouldn't say guy, the young man from Brantley is quarterbacking. Starter quarterback is injured. 31-24. All right. Go Trojans. Go Trojans. Go Trojans. When I go to a school, I say this all the time. There are some things that I mention. I mention my sheriff. I mention my mayor. I mention my city council. Because all that is good. Then I tell them, we got great doctors in the hospital. We got a wonderful school. We got great banks. We got great restaurants. When can I sign you up to work for Wiley Sanders Truck Line and move to Troy, Alabama? I'm telling you. And we got C-Spy. Don't forget about C-Spy. Don't forget about C-Spy. We got C-Spy in Pike County. And I noticed this weekend, it made me feel kind of good. And I know y'all going to say, you just not noticed that? But the boys' headset and all the headsets had C-Spy on them. Steve, when do I get a set of the C-Spy headsets? Are mine ordered? They all ordered, right? I want some C-Spy headsets. I thought that was so cool. They had the C-Spy headset. I'm going to get me some. They probably going to do me like, we had a friend of ours when we was DJing. He couldn't sing, and he always wanted to sing. He always wanted to sing. So we took an old mic and took the battery out, and we give it to him. He walked around the club all night just singing. Every now and then I holler, sing, son. Sing, son. He just break all down. You couldn't hear nothing he was saying. But that was back in the day. Truly, we had a good show this morning. Truly, we're going to have a great day. We're going to have a great day today. We got Trenton visiting us. I think Thomas Hicks is coming to lunch with us. I think Scott Maddox is coming to lunch with us. I know Kevin Baker is coming. And I want to solicit you for your prayers for Kevin Baker. He's having some hard times. He got a family member that's real sick. And to anybody out there that's got a family member that's sick, I want our prayers goes out to you. I'm totally convinced. I am totally convinced. If there's ever been a time we need to pray, then that time is now. Totally convinced of it. You can't tell me no difference on that. Can't turn me from that. And to the issues this morning that I read, got some answers. I'm gonna revisit it with Ronnie. I hope to have those curtains up this weekend. I know he's looking into some new washers and dryers. But once again, to the drivers, please, ma'am, please, sir, Please don't put your clothes in there and leave them unattended. Because they call me or they call safety and they want to know, can they take them out? Well, I don't want nobody to take nobody else's clothes out. But if you're right there in the driver lounge and you may nod off, somebody will say, hey, who got clothes in the machine? You know, you wake up and go move your clothes. Let's be courteous till we get through this. And like I say, I don't know any terminal that's got a washroom like we got. We got a nice washroom. It's free. You don't have to pay for the machines. You know, people have said, you know, we could put a coin machine in there. And then somebody would make us. But you know what it costs to wash? I don't want that on my drivers. I don't want that. We got water there. We got hot water there. We'll furnish the machine for you. Just help us take care of it. I have to go here and not pick it on the people that's got a pet. But if you have a pet and you know you got a lot of hair in your clothing, please, ma'am, please, sir, run it through another cycle. Just let it run through another cycle. Help us out with that. You know, we could be ugly and say, okay, if you got a pet, you can't wash your stuff. But we're not going to do that. But what we're saying is help us out with it. There you go. Y'all notice every Monday you see me looking over there and this guy's counting to me. You've got to go. I have had enough. Anyway, hey, tell my camera guy he can come eat lunch with me today. Not you. No. Only if you say, go Trojans. Yeah. Until next Monday, this has been Truck Talk. Go Trojans. We love Pipe County. We love you. You want